Have you ever tried to talk to your partner about something important and suddenly they go quiet, look away, shut down, or even walk out of the room? And in that moment, it feels like they not care. It feels cold, distant, maybe even disrespectful. But here's what most people do not understand. A lot of the time, stonewalling is not your partner trying to hurt you. It is your partner getting overwhelmed on a nervous system level. Today I want to show you what stonewalling really is, why it happens, how to recognize it, and most importantly, how to stop the cycle without making it worse. So let's begin. What is stonewalling? Let's call this person Tom. Whenever conflict gets intense, Tom goes silent. He stops responding, he stares away. His partner keeps talking, pushing for clarity, pushing for connection, pushing for answers. And the more pressure Tom feels, the more he shuts down. That is stonewalling. Stonewalling is withdrawal from the interaction. It can look like going silent, avoiding eye contact, giving one-word answers, emotionally checking out, turning away, leaving the room, or mentally just disappearing. Now, important nuance is not every pause is stonewalling. And not every need for space is unhealthy. Sometimes taking a pause is actually wise. But stonewalling becomes a real problem when someone repeatedly shuts down instead of staying emotionally available and coming back to the conversation in a healthy way. And here's the key idea. Very often stonewalling is not just a communication problem, it is a flooding problem. Your partner is not simply choosing silence, their system may be overwhelmed. To understand stonewalling, you need to understand the nervous system. We all have an autonomic nervous system. You can think of it like a car. One part of it is the sympathetic nervous system. That is the gas pedal. It prepares your body to deal with danger. Fight, flight, or freeze, shut down mode. When this system gets activated, your body becomes very efficient for survival, but not for connection. Because when your body thinks you are under threat, it starts shutting down non-essential functions and shifting all energy towards protection. That means your thinking narrows, your attention narrows, your memory gets worse. You stop gathering information probably, and your body becomes more reactive. So for example, when you drive a car on a highway and suddenly a wrong way driver is coming towards you, you don't listen in that moment what the person next to you is saying or how beautiful the weather is. You are fully in survival mode. So when someone is highly activated and you ask them, can you summarize what I said? Can you empathize with me? Or can you explain your feelings clearly? Sometimes the answer is they actually cannot do it in that moment. Not because they do not want to, but because their body is in survival mode. This is what many people call flooding or diffuse physiological arousal, DPA. It is a state of emotional and physical overwhelm where your system reacts as if there is danger. And no, strong emotions alone do not automatically mean flooding. You can feel a lot and still stay regulated. Flooding is different. Flooding is when your body gets so activated that you lose access to your best self. That is when people stop listening, stop processing, stop remembering, stop connecting. And then they either attack or they shut down. And that shutdown is often what we call stonewalling. And the two major stress hormones who are involved in that are adrenaline and cortisol. While adrenaline is secreted by active coping, anger, and hostility, cortisol is secreted by distress, helplessness, and feeling overwhelmed. And when you feel angry and helpless at the same time, you create flooding and DPA goes to the top. And nothing is better in doing that than a bad relationship. When you feel angry about your partner and helpless that nothing will change at the same time. This is also why bad relationship fights can feel so physically intense. Your body is not just having a disagreement, it is acting like it is under threat. So, how do you know when this is happening? There are some very clear signs. For example, your partner may look away, go blank, stop responding, sound flat, say, I don't know, become strangely forgetful, repeat themselves, or seem unable to take in what you're saying. And physically, they may experience faster heartbeat, chest tightness, shallow breathing, tension in the jaw, shoulders or neck, feeling hot, feeling panically, or feeling like they need to escape. One practical rule of thumb often used in conflict work is this: when the heart rate goes above roughly 100 beats per minute, then the body starts to secrete adrenaline and cortisol. So many people become much more likely to get flooded. You can check your heart rate by putting your finger here on the left, on the right. So a little bit like this. Sometimes you feel it only on one side. In my example, I feel it often on this side only. And count the beat for 1 minute. And once someone is flooded, trying to continue the conversation usually does not help. Actually, it often makes things worse. Because now you're asking a dysregulated body to do a regulated conversation. That usually fails. So if your partner is shutting down, do not just think they don't care. Also ask, are they overwhelmed right now? Because that question changed everything. So how to stop stonewalling? There are 3 main ways to interrupt stonewalling. First, self-soothing. The antidote to flooding is self-soothing. If someone is shutting down, there's a good chance the system needs calming before the conversation can continue. A very simple thing to say is, I think I might be flooded right now. Let's slow down this. And can we calm the body first? And then start with breathing. Put one hand on your belly and start breathing through your nose deeply. Deep and slow. Not into the chest, in the belly. To expand the belly, and then when you breathe out, push it out of your belly. Slow, deep and steady. Then you can add progressive muscle relaxation. For example, stretch one leg out. So stretch it out, the toes in your direction, and then hold it for 10 seconds. And then release it. And then the other leg, pulling the toes in your direction and then release it. Then arch your lower back, hold it and release it. Then stretch your arms, make a fist, hold it, hold the tension and then release it. Put your shoulders up, hold it for 10 seconds and then release it. Then clench the jaw, hold it and release it. And at the end, the eyes, tighten the eyes, hold it for 10 seconds and release it. All while breathing slowly. This will help the body to come out of fight or flight and back into regulation. And once the body is calmer, the person can usually think, listen and speak much better again. The second thing to interrupt stonewalling is partner suing. This can be done in two ways. The first way is like self-suing, but instead of your partner doing it on him or herself, you guide your partner through that process. Like for example, all right honey, now breathe in and out. And the other way is the way you respond to your partner. So instead of panic and chase harder, like don't walk away from me, say something. We are finishing this now. Or why do you always do this? That usually increases the threat. Instead, the partner can learn to respond in a more calming way. For example, let's pause and come back later. We are on the same team. I want to understand you, but not while we are both overwhelmed. Tone matters, face matters, pacing matters. A soft voice and clear reassurance can help the nervous system feel safer. And one more important point, if your partner wants to step away to calm down, that is not always avoidance. Sometimes it is an attempt to not make things worse. Let them regulate. Just make sure it is not a disappearance. It needs structure. Which brings me to step 3. Take a structured break. This is one of the most powerful tools. When either person is flooded, take a break. Not forever, not as a punishment, and also not as emotional abandonment. A structured break can something like this. Honey, I need 30 minutes to calm down. I will come back at 6:30 and then we can continue. The last part matters a lot because if you only leave, your partner may feel rejected. But if you leave and clearly say when you are coming back, the break feels safer. A healthy break has 3 parts. First, name the flooding. Second, take space. And third, return at a specific time. And during the break, do not rehearse the fight. Do not build your legal case. Do not mentally attack your partner for 30 minutes. Use the break to calm the body. Walk, breathe, stretch, sit quietly, drink water, relax your muscles. The goal is not to win, the goal is to return regulated. Because once both people are calmer, the conversation becomes possible again. So let me say this clearly. If your partner stonewalls, it does not automatically mean they do not love you. it does not automatically mean they are manipulative. And it does not automatically mean the relationship is doomed. Sometimes it means their system is overwhelmed. Stonewalling is often what happens when connection turns into threat. So the solution is not more pressure, the solution is regulation. Understand the flooding, recognize the signs, calm the body, and take a structured break. And then come back and talk. This is how you stop the cycle. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button, give a like, and let me know in the comments how you deal with flooding and stonewalling. See you in the next video. Bye bye.